First, the unfolding coronavirus emergency. The World Health Organization has declared coronavirus a global pandemic with more than 118,000 cases across 114 countries.
This is tough. This sucks.
I definitely wasn't expecting to play any games this year.
The coronavirus pandemic is something that impacted so many universities and students across the globe, especially for college sports and student athletes, as many sporting seasons were lost because of a virus that nobody had any control over. The Sacred Heart University club football team last took the field in November of 2019 when they won their conference championship game against the University of Vermont. Little did they know at the time that their next season would go from being postponed to then canceled because of the pandemic. Losing an entire season can be something that is very difficult for student athletes and coaches to come to terms with. But how does it feel for the seniors who had their last season of playing the sport that they love completely taken away from them?
It's disappointing just because I love playing football, and now that it's not this huge commitment, it's more fun, it's more of a hobby at that point. So it's tough because it hasn't really hit me yet, I don't think, just because I'm working on my own projects, my own class stuff, so I haven't really had time to let it marinate. But I know, hypothetically, if I don't end up playing next year, because I'm going back here for grad school, and I know my schedule is going to be a lot harder, that I think it will hit me, be like, damn, I'm never going to play a football game again, I'm not going to put pads on again, and that's going to be tough, but,
I was really disappointed because I was really looking forward to seeing all the boys again. We started having practices at the beginning of September as if we were going to have a full season in the spring. It's been really disappointing, especially since I won't be coming back to Sacred Heart for grad school. I won't have the opportunity to put the uniform on for one more time.
The 2020-2021 school year was very different for the Sacred Heart Club football team. Instead of playing in front of many people in the stands remained empty the entire school year, with no games on the schedule for the team. And as difficult as it was for Tommy and Liam to lose their senior season, it was as equally difficult for head coach Greg Jones.
It's been really tough. It's different when you get to go out there. And for a while in the fall, we were able to do some practices before school was shut down for the semester. But we were only allowed, 6 to 12 guys per practice. And that's even if we were able to field that. With everything up in the air, it's very difficult to try and convince kids to come out, hey, come practice and get yelled at, but we don't have a game. So, it's tough to find the incentive to do that when we don't have anything to play for. It's difficult, we've lost so much in 1 year, this time last year. Funny enough, was the last time I last cut my hair. But, this is the first time since I think I was 6 years old that I haven't had some sort of football season to be a part of.
It was just the uncertainty of things was definitely a lot. Last year, we had a lot of games get canceled just because of, the numbers of other programs and their club football teams. And, Coach Jones was like, oh yeah, get ready, train, work out, which we did. But I was never really in the mindset of, wow, I'm never going to play, or I'm going to play a game and, do what we got to do. I wasn't really expecting that. My attitude is just hey, I'll work out with Statudi, the conditioning and strength coach. It'll just be a good workout, and hopefully if we do play, I'll be in good enough shape.
There's only so much film you can watch to feed the itch, as opposed to getting out there and actually seeing what kids can do and coaching people up. It affects us in many different ways. I had 5 captains already all set to take over, and now all 5 are probably going to be graduating and leaving. I've had sleepless nights just because you think about what can you do for a class that did nothing wrong, did everything right, but to no fault of their own lost what they were most looking forward to, which was a senior season with their buddies.
And for Tommy and Liam, 2 seniors that will be graduating, the lost season gave them time to reflect on their days with the team.
I really love the atmosphere. I think Coach Jones is a great dude. I love all the players on the team. Obviously, Liam, great people. And, I think we had a lot of fun last year. And it was tough that we didn't, win a national championship. But I think what was most important is that, we learned how to play well together. We developed those bonds, and and all that great stuff.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a long layoff because it was the first time I wasn't playing a fall sport since I think 2001. But yeah, so it was crazy not playing. It was definitely a tight knit group. The coaches made me want to get more involved in the game. I definitely recommend them to anyone looking for coaches.
Football's just been fun for the most part, other than some of those tough times. I've met a lot of friends playing football growing up and in college, and it's just sports are just like an emotional experience. Like, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but the game is just so fun. Putting a dude on their back and watching their soul leave their body is one of the funnest things that I've had the pleasure of doing at 6'4", 300 pounds when I was at that weight.
And for Coach Greg Jones, he is not ready to say goodbye to his senior players.
That's one of those things as a coach you don't ever want to think about. I keep pushing it off as if it's, procrastinating, because I don't want them to graduate. I don't want them to be, to think that they played their last game 2 years ago with the expectation they were going to play in either fall 2020 or spring 21. You just feel, and I hope in some way in the future, we're able to honor them correctly at a future game, because that feels like the only appropriate way to do that.
And while Tommy may no longer be playing for the team, he is not saying goodbye for good. He will be back for grad school and looks forward to an opportunity to come back and say hello to everybody.
What I want to do if I don't play is at least coach and practice, or coach a practice, or once or twice a week if I can't do the weekend thing. So, it would hurt because I know that they definitely need me, because we have, all our linemen are going to be freshmen next year. So I know Coach Jones is going to be, harping on me to play. But if I can't, I just want to get involved, to maybe not the minimal, but, try to get enough so I can still talk to these, freshmen that I've met this year through our few organized practices. And they seem like really great kids that work hard, and they're pretty athletic, which is pretty awesome. And I'm excited to see how they play. But, I'm just going to try to do my best to, stay involved a little bit and just let them know, hey, even if I can't play, I still really care about you guys and I want what's best for the team.
And while it might be a see you later for the 2021 senior class, it is not a goodbye, as Coach Jones will always leave the door open for his players to come back and be involved on the sidelines.
This senior class has meant a lot to me because it's the last one that really played. They were on the 2017 championship team. They were the freshmen that year. They were supposed to lead and try and jump into it again. And, we had a great team looking forward to whatever this past fall was supposed to be. Their names are going to be on my captain's board forever. Their names are going to be on the roster sheet forever. We'll find a way to fight through it, and we'll honor them. We'll honor them correctly. I'm hoping that a bunch of them come back, even if it's just to say hi during the week, so they can at least, be around and experience, maybe what the other side of the football is like, coaching-wise. But